Hi, my name is Brandon Sarkis on behalf of Expert Village. Today I'm going to show you how to make holiday pudding. Okay, we're going to go over our ingredients here for our holiday pudding. The first thing you're going to need is 1/4 cup of butter. I'm just using stick butter, and if you look, there's a little marker on there that tells you where a 1/4 cup is. It's a half a stick. Next thing we're going to have is some granulated sugar. I have a 1/4 cup of that, just plain old white sugar. Next thing, 2 eggs, just 2 normal sized eggs. Moving right along here, I have 3/4 cups, 3/4 of a cup of molasses. This is the dark molasses you can get, but you could use the light molasses as well. I'd recommend molasses though, and not syrup, because syrup doesn't make it come out right. It comes out really kind of gooey if you make it with syrup. I've tried. I've also got right here about a half a cup of a candied fruit of your choice, or a dried fruit of your choice. I'm using cranberries. I like dried cranberries. You can also use raisins, you can use pineapple, you can use, whatever, and you can use up to, you can really use up to about a cup. I'm only using a half a cup though. I've also got a half a cup here of pecans that are halved, that aren't seasoned, they're just actually halved pecans. And once again, these are the 2 optional ingredients. With your fruit, you can go up to a cup, even a cup and a half if it's a dry enough fruit, like a dried fruit. And it doesn't have to be cranberries. And on your nuts, it doesn't have to be pecans. You could use walnuts or other whatever kind of nuts you'd want to use. But I'm making mine with pecans here. As far as flour goes, I got 1.5 cups of flour here. Over here to the side, I have 1.5 teaspoons of baking powder. You don't want to confuse that with your baking soda, which I have right here. This is your baking soda. I have 3/4 of a teaspoon of baking soda here. So you want to make sure that your 1.5 teaspoons of baking flour and your 3/4 of a teaspoon of baking soda do not get switched up as far as measurements go. I also have a little bit of salt here. I've got about a half a teaspoon of salt. I also have 1 teaspoon of ground cinnamon. I have a half a teaspoon of ground allspice. And on the end here, I have 3/4 of a cup of milk. So just plain old regular white milk. 2% as a matter of fact. So let's go ahead and see what equipment we're going to need to make today's recipe.